welcome back to the channel. We've got we're on the home stretch of the regular season here for the AFL season. I've had a very busy week, and as you can tell, I've going to be very active. So, if you're wondering why this is going to be coming out on on a Wednesday or Thursday at the very least, the reason is because I only got back to school Monday, and I rather not. I have production rehearsals on Monday, so it means I was MIA for that week. And I'm MIA for that day, so it means that tipping is going to be pushed back to probably. I'm scheduling and trying to get it ready in time for Wednesday at the very least. If I probably want to drop it Wednesday but it's not as bad as me conveniently forgetting last week's tips. Luckily, I made sure I covered up for it with a short. You may have seen it. I do apologise about the terrible music, but let's have a look at how I went last week. We're going to do a bit of a review because I haven't done one as in Yonk, so I had a not great round, but having said that, though, everyone was kind of thrown out. So, Geelong beat St Kilda, surprise, surprise. Then Sydney lost to Adelaide. I think Adelaide are going to make a run for it. Then Dockers expectedly beat Port, but it took us a bloody long time to win that game. You may have seen my message to the boys. I think it gave them a stir up. Then Melbourne won an absolute weird game at Marvel against the Roos. Then Carlton lost to Collingwood. Then the Brisbane beat West Coast, but West Coast gave them a very big scare. So then Richmond got shit-faced by Hawthorn. Bulldogs won thriller people first. And the biggest upset of the round was Essendon beating the Giants. And by 3 points, so Essendon are back on the winners list. It didn't help the fact that Stringer and Cadman couldn't kick freaking straight. Anyway, let's have a look at this week's tips. I'm back from holiday, so it means I'll be able to go through every game in complete detail. And this Thursday game is Adelaide taking on the Pies at 5:30. This is going to be an absolute belter. Both teams are coming off wins, and the Crows look like they're hitting form at the right time of the season. So I was very impressed by their performance against Sydney, but they will have no Darcy Fogarty this week because he's been suspended for 3 games. So it means Tex Walker will be coming into Fogarty's spot. But I'm expecting Tex to kick his 700th goal here. But Collingwood they were very good against the Blues, but I'm still not 100% convinced about the Pies, and that's concerning. Also, and Adelaide over. I think Isaac Rankin has something to prove here because it's the first time they've played since Isaac Rankin's came back from his homophobic suspension, and I hope it's going to be a good game for your sakes. I'm going to tip the Crows here by 5 points. These two sides typically playing absolute thrillers. The Crows won an absolute thriller in round 1. I'm expecting you to do it again, and my big call is Riley Philthorpe will fill the shoes of the mighty of Fog and kick free. Then we head to this is a Friday doubleheader. I'll explain why the fuck we get this part of my language. I'm swearing a lot today. But we have this should be the standalone game. It's going to be an absolute cracker. It's Melbourne versus Geelong. Melbourne came out. They got lost in the start, and then they clicked into gear at the perfect time, and then piled onto the Roos. North Melbourne and gained the win at Marvel Stadium. You've probably seen Dan Gorringe's his stream for it. She showed that was a nuts game. Then and the Cats, well, they picked up the points expectedly against Saints, but they've got a huge blow. But they've lost Max Holmes probably for the rest of the season. He has fractured his foot, so it means he's gonna be out for this game, and probably for the near distant future. And that throws out Geelong's system a lot. Grant Myers made a very good return against the Saints, and he was playing the outstanding VFL, but why the hell did they keep him for the VFL for so bloody long? And Melbourne, I think Melbourne should get the job done here. It's going to be a very good game of footy to watch. I'm going to tip Melbourne simply because they've been simply irresistible at the G. I'm going to tip him by 5 points, and my big call is not 5 points. I'm going to tip him by 2 points. It's going to be absolute. Big call is because Keziah Pickett kicks a goal on the side. Then we head to probably one of the more predictable games around, but what do you expect? It's a derby. It's a Friday night derby, and it's between the Dockers and the Eagles. Fremantle got jumped by Power, but they've got the required business done over Power. West Coast they went fast out the box against the Brisbane Lions, but then they shat the bed at the end, and they couldn't get the job done. But the Eagles have won heaps of praise from the AFL world by beating the eventual the reigning premiers. They've done this twice in 2 seasons now, and I seriously think those games should be played on a primetime slot. They deserve to be. But the Western Derby, the first one since 2006 to appear on 2005 to appear on a primetime slot, I think it was going to be a shit. Because Fremantle to West Coast, this Freos play an absolute belt of footy. It's a very good belter brand of footy. West Coast, well, Fremantle need to get out of their snooze test in the first half because West Coast can pile it on very quickly in that first half. Back on as usual, tip the Dockers here by 33 points. So my big call is that Jack Warman continues. My tip for instead of big call for this game, I'm going to go for my Glendinning Allen medalist prediction, and it's going to my prediction for the Glendinning Allen medalist will be Andy Brayshaw. Then we head to the Dan Gorringe Cup. It's Carlton versus the Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. This should be good. Suns are now on the 8th loss in a row. They need to win every game from now on to wait wildcard, despite what Dimmer Hardwick is saying. I seriously think that the Blues have came off 2 big losses in a row, but I think they can get the business done against the Suns. It's at Marvel. Less pressure, but then a primetime slot. I think that the Blues can get the job done here. I'm going to tip them at 15 points, and big call is that the Patrick Cripps records 130 plus fantasy points. Then one of the most predictable games of the round, and it's Hawthorn taking on Essendon. Congratulations, Essendon, you finally won another game. And the Essendon were very good against the US, but they were very lucky in the fact that the Giants couldn't kick straight to save a life. Hawthorn absolutely smashed Richmond. I was not expecting Richmond to fall over such quickly at the MCG of all places, but I'm seriously surprised that they could not do anything like the Tigers. Hawks were on fire all day, and helped my fantasy. Essendon, well, I don't think they have a snowball's chance in hell against this game. Hawthorn, they've picked a good game to win, but then they're going to get smashed. I seriously think it's going to be Hawthorn by 80 points. So it's going to be a 55-point win for the Hawks. And my big call is that Nick Watson continues his form and kicks 2. Then we head to the Sydney Derby. A good thing it's a Saturday twilight game, so it means that you Sydney Siders will be able to catch this game. GOS, well, where to begin? They had an absolute shit show against Essendon. They play. I think this is the new Giants. They play shit against the bottom sides. They lost to West Coast. They nearly lost to Richmond in Gather Round. So I'm absolutely surprised they're still near. But thanks to everyone losing, they're still in the hunt for the wild card spot. Sydney, well, they've got 2 losses in a row. They lost to the Docker Country after they couldn't kick a single bloody goal for the start of the game. Then GOS have beaten Geelong, but they've lost to Essendon. But what should we read more on? I'm going to tip Sydney here. I'm not exactly convinced. Giants have been very, very weird. Been 2 top sides, and I really want to see a good Sydney Derby. I reckon Sydney will win by 2 goals. Big goal is That Jake String kicks a kick straight for once. Had 50% goal kicking accuracy.
Hello.
Then we have we have one Saturday game this weekend. It's going to be rather predictable. It's Western Bulldogs taking on Richmond. Well, this game was crap last year. I'm going to remind myself of that. 135 to 56. Yes, it was shit. And the past 3 games in these NC sides have been shit. I seriously think the Dogs. No explanation is needed for this game. I'm going to tip the Bulldogs by 52 points. And my big call is that Astronaut kicks 5. Then we have 2 Saturday games while we have the morning Brisbane game. And it's the Brisbane Lions taking on Port. Port were very good against the Dockers, and they play a very good brand of footy. Then Brisbane, who nearly lost to West Coast. The Eagles pushed Brisbane and they fell away again. And the Lions, well, they're expected to win this, but Port can win games here. But I'm going to go safe option here. Tip Brisbane. I'm not going to get laughed at if I'm wrong. I'm going to tip Brisbane here, but it's going to get pushed. They're going to win by 15 points. And my big call is, because I think Horn Francis is back this week. Horn Francis probably will captain and probably have a 40-plus disposal game. Then we have the last game, the Sunday. This is a Channel 7 game because, well, Freo West Coast, because Freo and West Coast don't play on Saturday, so this is going to be Channel 7. It's North Melbourne taking on St Kilda. North Melbourne nearly beat the top 6 Demons, and as a result, their finals hopes are still in real jeopardy. But thanks to everyone losing above them, and them losing as well, has resulted in that if they win next week and they beat St Kilda, can jump into the top 10, depending on what Geos and Carlton do. St Kilda, well, they were crap. They have been very terrible in prime time this year, so I think they've got the Sunday graveyard to finish the season. I think, but it's not in that case. I think the Saints should win it, but I'm going to go rank outside here. I'm going to go North Melbourne here by 10 points, and big call is that Larky gets over his yips and kicks 4. Well, that's my tips of the week. I'll be back with more videos and that sort of stuff, more tipping stuff. I promise you I won't be late next week, and I hope that you've enjoyed this. I'll be back. See ya.